This is the MS450 AnyKit digital otoscope that I bought from Amazon for about $64 shipped in text. I thought about buying the ones that you can use via Bluetooth on your phone. And maybe that's the way I should have gone, but I was hoping I can use this for more reliable connections, as well as the fact that I won't have to worry about any invasive or security issues with Bluetooth and Wi-Fi connection through a Chinese device. So this thing comes pretty well packaged, as you can see. Has instructions, an otoscope light cable setup, a USB-C charging cable, a bunch of replaceable black inner ear scopes, and I think 4 silicone tipped clear ear scoopers. It comes with an internal battery that charges over about 2 to 3 hours when connected to USB-C, and has a pretty large 4.5-inch screen, as you can see. Fairly intuitive layout overall. There you see the slots for charging, and here's the 32 gigabyte micro SD card, which you have to push in upside down actually. So here I'm going to charge in the power cable, the battery charging cable. When I do that, I see a red glow at the power button blinking on and off. And here is the package with the rear stand that you can screw in, just like this. You can also unscrew and leave off if you prefer it flat. It also includes about 4 alcohol swabs. And here are the small clear plastic scoopers with silicone tips that I can insert fairly easily. I didn't see additional replaceable tips readily available. I'll have to look on eBay or somewhere else where I might be able to get some if I do run out, but I could probably reuse these by wiping them down with alcohol and then immersing in bleach or peroxide for an hour or 2. So it shouldn't be a problem. It's just that eventually the plastic should get brittle. And here is a 4.5-inch screen that you can see fairly easily. One issue I noticed is that when I look straight on, the viewing angle is very poor, about maybe 30 degrees, so you have to keep the screen at a 30-degree interval from your field of view, where the screen starts going kind of dark. So when I saw that, I was thinking maybe I should have gotten the ones that attach directly to my iPhone. So here you can see earwax in my ear. You have to remember that everything is reversed. Top is bottom, bottom is top, unless you get it oriented correctly. And right and left is the opposite of what you would think. As you can see, I've got it arranged so that the scooper is on my left side, left lateral side, going in so that north is north and south is south. It's just that you have to switch your brain's function so that you have to move right to go left and left to go right. You have to be very careful because the ear canal is very, very sensitive. It's innervated by 5 nerves. The branch of the trigeminal, the branch of the facial nerve, branch of the glossopharyngeal nerve, branch of the vagus nerve, and 2 branches of the cervical nerves. And so very, very sensitive. You have to try not to scrape into it because the membrane is very delicate, or the surface is very delicate, and you'll give yourself an otitis externa, like a swimmer's ear, for which you'll need ear drops to cure. It might be a good idea to flush your ears out with some 10% peroxide afterwards to avoid infection. Just an anatomy lesson, I'll show a little picture. Here's the tragus, the antitragus, the helix, the antihelix. And then as you enter, you'll see, extending from the top, the lateral process of the malleolus, going down to the center, the umbo of the malleolus, and you'll see the cone of light on your lower right zone of the eardrum. You have to be very careful with the tympanic membrane. It can rupture if you just touch it, so you have to definitely not touch it. One of the downsides of this scope is that the focal length extends out about 1 centimeter, and so you could very easily rupture your eardrum if you're not careful. If you rupture your eardrum, you might have to go to a otolaryngologist, and they'll probably recommend that you try to let it heal by itself. They might put in a paper patch to encourage healing, which can take a couple of months, and your hearing may never quite be the same again. So make sure you don't approach that tympanic membrane. Stay clear of it. If you see earwax too close to it, a better way to do it is to get 10% peroxide and flush it out with a 60cc syringe over a wash basin, and then the peroxide itself will melt earwax, so you can hear it bubbling and fizzing in your ears when you do that. That's actually the safest way to get earwax out. It's just that using a scooper like this, as long as you do it carefully, is just easier. So that is the MS450 AnyKit digital otoscope. I bought mine at Amazon, and it seems to work relatively well.